In our series on collecting the AK-47 and its accessories, we're going to take a look at magazines. So we've collected a pretty good assortment here, but really this is just the tip of the iceberg. Magazine collectors can own a closet full of magazines easily, because think about it, 4 times as many AK-47s out there as all the black rifles combined. That's a heck of a lot of rifles, and typically there's going to be multiple magazines for every rifle out there. Because there's so many variations in the AK-47s as far as country that they're made, years that they're made, calibers that they're made in, different variations and models and makes. There's going to be just as much, or actually a lot more variation in the magazines as well. Let's talk about capacity next. Take another look at the different sizes. We've got a 75 round drum. We've got a 50 round sort of novelty box mag. Then you've got your more standard 40, your common 30, the 20 rounder, a 10 rounder, and a 5 rounder. And there's not a big difference between these two. The 10 is just a hair longer. The easiest way to tell the difference is to just push down. And a 5 rounder goes down about that far, where the 10 rounder, I can stick my whole finger in there. So fairly rare. These weren't so rare, but people use these for hunting, so these are hard to find. And that's your spectrum of 7.62 by 39 magazine sizes. There's a couple of novelty types of magazines out there. This is an example of a 50 round magazine, and you can see that someone just kept the machine running or something as they were extruding the body, and then used a typical floor plate. There's just a much longer spring in there, and then a typical follower. Now this one is foreign made, I believe, but again, novelty. Although it'll fit into the AK, usually with no problems. Kind of goofy looking, but you can see that when you need to get that rock, 50 is about the most you can go. There are pictures of ones that go up and touch the front sight, and those were basically prototypes and not really available. Now this one, I've used it before, but it's again more of a novelty. It doesn't feed very well at all. And the 10 and 5 rounders are typically used for hunting or import reasons. Your 10 rounders are again local laws, import reasons. This one's kind of a unique one. It's a 10 round double stack. There's also a 10 round single stack. I just don't happen to have one in the collection. You've got your 20 rounds, which this one's a Hungarian. These are made for the AMD 65s. We'll talk about that. Then you've got your 30 rounds, which is your most common, your typical magazine. And then you've got your 40 rounders, which were basically designed for the longer AK, the RPK, which is not a sniper rifle. It's more of a to lay down suppressive fire, because their barrels were a little bit longer and heavier. They could handle a little bit more ammo at a time, so they would use these 40 rounders. These 40 rounders are actually quite economical. The tough part is you can't find any magazine pouches that work with 40 rounders. There's really only a few out there. Now after we talk about variations in size, we can talk about variations in caliber, and there's typically just 3 calibers that the AK-47s are going to come in. Well, there's one caliber that the AK-47 comes in, and that's 7.62 by 39, but there's 3 calibers that the AK might be offered in, and that's the 7.62 by 39, your 5.45 by 39, and then your 2.23 or 5.56 by 45. And although these magazines, this one's sort of a hybrid, there are some newer style magazines being made in 2.23, and of course US mags can be made in 2.23 as well. So thinking about the ammo, we touched on it briefly before, but your 7.62 by 39, because of the tapered case, is going to curve a little bit, where your 5.45 by 39 is a straighter, but a little bit of a taper, and then your 2.23 is going to have less taper again. But because the taper is so small, or such a small difference between, you can use 2.23 and a 5.45 magazine. You've got various colors, and I'm not touching the tip of the iceberg here either, but we've got plum, we've got shiny black, flat black, the red Bakelite. Got this one, which has been used quite a bit, but probably never seen any actual battles or anything. You've got Novelty, made for import, just kind of junk that is going to vary to a degree. You've got stuff that, because of when it was made, was definitely issued and may have actually seen some kind of action. The condition of this one probably means that's not the case, though. You've got mags that are definitely issued. The bluing is wearing off on them. And then another mag that has definitely seen some use and came with a parts kit. So in this series of videos, we've hopefully helped to illuminate some of the various aspects of collecting the AK-47 magazines. And if we've sparked any interest, we encourage you to take a look out there. There's definitely a lot of information to be found. And if you find any interesting magazines, definitely make a video and share the experience. Share the knowledge with the rest of us. Thanks for watching.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.